This episode of the Seventh Valkyrie Podcast is brought to you entirely by fan support. To help keep the series ad-free, get early access and bonus features, browse gear and apparel, join the community, or watch the series come to life in living color, you can check out the links in the description. Hello, everyone. Coming to you from the loud loft of Tall Boys for a very special edition of the Seventh Valkyrie Podcast. I'm your host, Colin Sharp. Got a little mixed up on the production schedule because I've just been all over the country and all over other countries in the past couple months. But reporting to you guys from up on the lake. So I was trying to think of all the things I was going to talk about. I've been to Pride, and I actually had some things I wanted to say about that because I thought it was really interesting to be a part of such an interesting kind of movement at the forefront of our kind of cultural, I don't know, zeitgeist right now. Probably not the right word, but I think I'm actually going to flesh that out in a more in-depth podcast when I have a moment, because I think there's some thoughts to be unpacked there that are kind of a little bit more sophisticated than what I can throw together. Kind of off the top of the brain while looking out over the lake. But just to give you guys an update, so me and my audio engineer Zoran, we're still in the early phases, but right now it's looking like he'll be my collaborator for this next season. Excited to work on that. We've got edits coming through. We're about a quarter of the way done with the official edits, which is kind of my first pass through. Then I'll usually add fidelity and color. So I'll usually just go through, the first pass I usually go through and just cut out anything that doesn't need to be there, because I just kind of go bleh and put all the stuff on the screen when I do that. But then at the same time, the next pass needs to add stuff back, kind of flesh things out. I always try and literally add color, because sometimes I forget to add colors when I'm writing, because I'm trying to kind of block out the action. So that's going on. I think last I updated chapter 12, there ended up being 38 chapters in this season, so about a third of the way done now that I think about it, if you're including the prologue and stuff. So I wanted to give you guys that update. And yeah, sorry that this is a late one going up. I usually tend to pre-schedule these, but it's been a wild couple of months, so I wanted to make sure I got you guys your Friday podcast right on time, and by that I mean about 12 hours late, but 12 hours late from my usual time. I may end up scheduling this for 7:07 anyway, because I'm weird like that about the number 7. Anyway, I hope that you guys are all having a good weekend. I hope you guys are all enjoying the summer. For us, it's an ancient family tradition to come up to the lake for 4th of July. We've got generations of family that are up here, and family friends who are just as close to family as many people who are blood related to me. So it's gonna be a blast of a weekend. But yeah, no, even throughout that, it's like been poking out here and there. It's like, ooh, like little rain shower, popping in, edit a chapter a little bit. A little break, a little downtime after swimming out on the boat, boom, little chapter. So we're moving along slowly but steadily. One of the things I'm realizing once again is that, because the editing process has been different for every single one of these seasons, but this one is going to be the shortest on my end, but I'm still realizing it's like, oh wow, there's still a lot to be done, and maybe more than I thought. So we shall see, but in the meantime, I'm on a tight timeline. Got to get back out to hanging out with the family, but I wanted to make sure that you guys all knew that I was here, that I was still working hard, still thinking about you guys, still keeping the Seventh Valkyrie dream alive and keeping that ball rolling. So yeah, little different podcast, just another one of my fun little updates from kind of all over the world, looking out on a beautiful lake and untouched place that has been protected, and it will continue to be protected, and maybe that'll be another set of things that I talk about. But yeah, there'll be some interesting content on the podcast after these travels, but for now, I'm in the thick of them, living my best life, living an interesting life. I actually had an idea that in order to write good, you just gotta live interesting and gotta do things that are interesting. So I find these things interesting, and I hope that you guys find some adventures in your over your long weekend. And if you're not from the U.S. or you don't celebrate 4th of July or whatever, then happy end of Pride Month. And summer solstice, I think, is somewhere around here. So happy one of those. Happy sun time. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, then happy heart of winter. I hope you guys are doing a lot of skiing. Anyway, ciao, and I will talk to you guys next week. And keep you guys posted because we're moving along, and as soon as we hit that second layer of revisions, we're into the big fun part, which is recording. Hooray! I'll probably starting to do that when I get back to town. So anyway, ciao, have a good one, and much love. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Seventh Valkyrie Podcast, which is brought to you entirely by fan support. To help keep the series ad-free, get early access and bonus features, browse gear and apparel, join the community, or watch the series come to life in living color, you can check out the links in the description.